All these treasures became the fuel for Lu Chen's meteoric rise in power. With one slash, Lu Chen decapitated an iron-skinned boar. A notification chimed. He glanced at his system panel. Constitution 59. Realm Origin Mirror. Mid-stage. Technique Wong Family Blade Technique. 30th form. Shadow Division. After a day of relentless hunting, he hadn't just raised his shadow step to the first level. His constitution had soared as well. With a single thought, he applied the 5 points he just earned. Constitution 60. Origin Mirror Realm. He broke through to the latest age. The feeling of his soaring power, the surge of power, was intoxicating. But a new problem arose. He'd killed nearly every demonic beast in the area. Should I hunt a tier 2 demonic beast? He considered it. But the risk was too great. Suddenly, his eyes lit up. He pulled out the porcelain vial, labeled soft bone powder. Why limit myself to demonic beasts? He chuckled darkly, a cunning glint in his eye. They kicked me out to find food, didn't they? Well, I'm bringing some back. I hope everyone in the mine enjoys this special gift I've prepared for them. With that, Lu Chen headed back to the mine, ready to deliver a tainted surprise to his old friends. Meanwhile, back at the mine, the mood was grim. Guard Captain Zhou Hu approached Foreman Shu Gai with a worried look. Foreman, our rations are almost gone. But Shu Gi, lounging in his chair, waved a dismissive hand. What is the panic? If they're gone, just drive another batch of lowlifes out to find more. Zhou Hu looked even more distressed. But yesterday, we already sent out the last of the lowlifes. You did what? Shu Gai was like a cat whose tail had been stepped on. He shot up from his chair. You sent them all out. He jabbed a finger in Zhou Hu's face. Raging, you idiot. You got rid of them all. So, what are we supposed to eat when the rations are gone? Zhou Hu was stunned silent by the outburst. Then, it hit him. His eyes bulging with shock. FF Foreman. You mean, we eat people? The very thought shattered his worldview. He was no saint, but he'd never considered eating his own kind. Shu Gui sneered, his eyes filled with contempt. Or would you rather go out and fight the demonic beasts? Zhou Hu instantly deflated. Cowering, he was brave enough when bullying minors, but facing a demonic beast, he wouldn't dare. Just as despair began to set in, a guard scrambled in. His face was beaming. Foreman, a miner's back. What? Shu Gui's face lit up. Did the beast tide retreat? It is not just one. Is it? Just one. Seems he was lucky to escape. Shu Gui's expression soured, but then his eyes flashed a cruel glint. Still, one is better than none. Just as he was planning some cruel fun, the guard's next words stunned him. Foreman, that miner, he brought back the food. It is demonic beast meat. Meanwhile, outside the mine, Lu Chen was dragging a bloody beast's leg, frantically. Glancing around in desperation, he screamed at the cave entrance. Open up, I brought food. Demonic beast meat. Let me in. He, who'd narrowly survived, was perfectly playing the part of a miner. After what felt like an eternity of shouting, the stone gate finally creaked open. Just a crack. Overjoyed, Lu Chen dragged the beast's leg through the opening, but the moment he was inside, 2 cold steel blades were instantly pressed against his neck. The beast meat was snatched from his grasp. Foreman Shu Gi, with a smile that didn't reach his eyes, approached and said softly, Don't be afraid, child. Tell us what happened out there. Lu Chen immediately feigned terror, and with a convincing tremble, he began to spin his tale. Demonic beasts. They're everywhere outside. They started fighting each other over food, and I played dead and barely made it out alive. I carved this meat off one of the corpses. The story was believable, and with Lu Chen looking so utterly terrified, Shu Gui and his men didn't suspect a thing. After all, who would ever suspect a lowly miner? Shu Gi smirked to himself. Since you brought this meat back, I'll let you live one more day. We'll eat you tomorrow. Out loud, he said gently. You've been through a lot. Go, get some rest. Lu Chen, but he shook his head, pointing at the roasting meat. No, I want some too. I'm the one who brought it back. Shu Gui's expression soured instantly. He snarled. Insolence. A lowlife like you thinks he is worthy of this meat. These guards are tasked with protecting us, so it is only right they eat first. At his words, the surrounding guards all scowled. Lu Chen immediately cowered and nodded frantically. Yes, it is all for you, masters. I'm not eating. That is more like it. Satisfied, Shu Gai nodded and ordered his men to lock Lu Chen in a storeroom. He is our emergency supply for tomorrow. Don't let him escape. In the darkness, a cold smirk formed on Lu Chen's lips. With a light squeeze, he effortlessly crushed the lock. Meanwhile, a bonfire crackled. The rich aroma of meat spread to a group of guards, huddled together and drooling. That smells incredible. Real demonic beast meat. Lucky brat. Well, it is all ours now. Huh. What good is luck? The foreman says. He is on the menu next. In no time, the meat was cooked. Guard Captain Zhou Hu obsequiously handed the largest cut to Shu Gi. The men immediately dug in, stuffing their faces until they were slick with grease. They couldn't stop praising the taste. Even Shu Gi, accustomed to the finest cuisine, ate like a ravenous beast. But just as they were lost in their gluttonous feast, just then, a bone-chilling voice cut in from behind them. Enjoying the meal? Everyone froze, turning to see the emergency ration they had locked up. He leaned against the wall, arms crossed, watching them with a cold, mocking smile.